Hi Capricorn, here is your ex-partner reading for the month of May. Obviously, if you're not interested in your ex-partner in any way, then this reading is not for you, okay? Please don't leave comments asking why people still want to know about their ex-partner and, you know, comments about how people need to move on. Some people do wish to know about their ex-partners and some people are hoping for a reconciliation, okay? Now, I've done the 2-row spread like I always do. This is the row for you and this is going to be the row for your ex-partner. Sorry Capricorn, I just paused very briefly. I needed to close my blinders. I felt there was too much light coming through. Now, as I was saying, you've got the 2 rows here, but please remember that sometimes the messages can go vice versa, okay? So you need to apply it to your own situation. Now, the first card you have Judgment, which is number 20 in the Major Arcana. And it comes directly before the World card, which is the end of the Major Arcana and talks about the end of a cycle in order for a whole new cycle to start. Now, the thing with the Judgment card is I always see it more as somebody blowing the final whistle here, somebody coming to a conclusion, kind of, to me, that final summing up, that wrapping up of things, okay, in order for there to be closure, which then, as I said, can bring something new about. Now, I know some people can say the Judgment card, can also talk about second chances. And yes, I guess that is a possibility here, okay? Looking at the rest of the cards, I do feel that this card is more talking about how you, the Capricorn, but like I said, it can be vice versa, is maybe deciding this month to make that judgment call here, to maybe finally decide to completely move forward, okay? Now, on your ex-partner's side, we do have the 3 of Cups. This can very much talk more about friendship than an actual love relationship. And it may be for some of you that your ex-partner is hoping or wanting to have a friendship here with you. This card can also talk about how a healing process may start for your ex-partner through this month of May, okay? And it can also talk about feeling rejuvenated. Maybe they have been isolating themselves from their friends or family. And maybe through this month of May, that in itself may change, okay? But like I said, I feel again, because it can talk about a new development in a relationship. And if that's the case, I do feel it's talking more about a friendship. Now, in terms of how you may be feeling, we do have the Moon card here, which is a Major Arcana, and it's number 18 in the Major Arcana. It is reversed. It can talk about how some of you, if you're making this judgment call this month, And you're finally deciding to draw a line under this relationship. And you're finally deciding that it's best for you now to try to release your ex and move forward. For those of you that is talking about, you may very well feel that a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. For some of you, this can also talk about how it can talk about an element of self-deception. That you may have been deceiving yourself about somebody. And you may very well start to see them in their true light, so to speak. See, the thing with the Moon card when it's reversed is it can tend to show people for who they really are. Actually, let me rephrase that. What happens is the Moon, because you can't see things so clearly with the Moon, there is that element, as I said, of deception or self-deception. But when it's reversed, it talks more about how that if you have been deceiving yourself, or somebody has been deceiving you, then it could very well start to show itself and come to light this month of May, okay? On your ex-partner's side, they've got the Nine of Swords. This talks about mental stress and anxiety. It can talk about how they may not be sleeping very well. They may be up at night, worrying, feeling stressed. The fact it is a 9, it says that this is coming to an end for them. And it says how maybe things are starting to improve a little bit for them through this month of May. Especially if this Three of Cups is talking about them going through a healing process. But they may very well still be feeling the negative energies of this card. And they may very well have been feeling it for some time here. If they can get out of their own thoughts and their own head, they can see that things may very well be starting to improve for them. I'm kind of getting the feeling here that it's you, the Capricorn, that may very well have ended this relationship. But if you didn't end it and your ex-partner did, then I think that during this month of May, we're going to start to see a change in you, the Capricorn, whereby you maybe are going to be able to come to terms with this breakup and handle this breakup, I think, in a much better way than your ex-partner. But like I said, sometimes the messages do go vice versa. In terms, of either you both being able to communicate with each other through this month, or even for some of you of a possible reconciliation, we do have the Lover's card, which is another major arcana. It is number 6 in the major arcana, and when it's reversed, it talks about relationship difficulties. a weakness within the relationship. It can even talk about a temptation. It can talk about a lack of commitment. It talks about two people not seeing eye to eye. Two people not singing from the same hymn page, okay? Two people, as I said, not getting along. And ordinarily, this card, if this was a relationship reading, it could very well signify a possible breakup here. Now, the Lovers card is the card for Gemini. And the thing for me is I do tend to see the Court cards more as people than I do the Major Arcana. But I know some readers do see it differently to me, okay? So for some of you, yes, this may indicate a Gemini for you, okay, which is an air sign. Now, on your ex-partner's side, we have got the Page of Swords, which is air energy, okay? So yeah, maybe for some of you this is a Gemini, but it doesn't have to be. Now, the Page of Swords is referred to as the Truth card, and it is reversed, as you can see. This could be talking very much about how maybe there is a blockage in regards to communication and in regards to somebody speaking their truth. This page also, when he's reversed, can often be referred to as a bit of a swindler, a bit sneaky, and a bit of a mischief maker. And he doesn't always give very much of himself away or his intentions. It can talk about somebody that could be gossiping or lying. It can also talk about somebody that may be spying, okay? It is possible that your ex-partner may be spying on you in regards to social media, maybe Facebook or Instagram, okay? That's not going to apply to all of you, but that is a possibility here. If that's not the case, then like I said, the Page of Swords can often be referred to as the Truth card. And it may very well be that your ex-partner is wanting to speak up, but for some reason is feeling restricted or blocked in being able to do so. Your outcome card for you, we do have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is water energy, Scorpio, Cancer and Pisces. It's not gender specific in these general readings. For some of you, yes, maybe for some of you, your ex-partner is a water sign. Maybe for some of you, this could be indicating a new relationship or a new person coming into your life. Like I said with that Lovers card, how it can often talk as well about temptation. And maybe some of you this month are going to be tempted by a water sign. If none of that applies to your situation, then it could very well be talking about the energy that you may be portraying towards the end of the month. The thing with the Queen of Cups is she is a very compassionate person. And she is very much governed and ruled by her emotions. But she's also very intuitive and very perceptive. And the message with this card can often be to listen to your sixth sense here. Because you may very well, especially towards the end of the month, get that kind of gut feeling. Maybe, you know, emphasizing some form of self-deception for you with that moon card. That how you may have been deceiving yourself with your ex-partner. Maybe it, for some of you, that Lovers card could be talking about how your ex-partner has been tempted by somebody else. And they may not be being forthcoming with that information as the Page of Swords is blocked. And like I said, your sixth sense could be almost screaming out to you this month, trying to guide you in the right direction. On their outcome, we do have the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace talks about new beginnings. And the Swords talks about our thoughts, our thinking, our communication. It can talk very much, this card, about that kind of breakthrough moment, that type of aha moment, when they may get more clarity or they get a better understanding about this situation. It can almost feel as though there was a fog, and now that fog is clearing. I don't know why, but that song just came into my mind that talks about how the person can see clearly now that the rain is gone. That song's just come into my head. And it's just something that came there into my head when I was talking about the clarity and gaining clarity here. They may very well gain a better understanding here. A better understanding about this whole situation, or they just become clearer within their own thoughts and thinking, because they've got that Nine of Swords there, which talks very much about them being too much in their own head. And maybe for them at the end of the month, they're going to gain more clarity here. Maybe for some of you, you've got, with that Queen of Cups, maybe some of you have got water energy, Scorpio, Cancer or Pisces, somewhere in your chart, moon or rising. Or maybe if you're not with a water sign as your ex-partner, then maybe they've got one of those water signs in their chart. I'm going to stick to what I originally said. I do feel that for a lot of you, your ex-partner may very well have been hoping for a reconciliation. And it may very well be that you are only offering friendship to them. And that's why they've got this Three of Cups here. We can see that they've had definitely gone through this mental crap and stress. They've gone through some worry and some concern here that may very well have given them sleepless nights. This Page of Swords is either, as I said, them checking and spying on you, or it is in concern with them feeling blocked in some way about being able to speak their truth or speak up about what they're thinking and feeling. But they're going to gain more clarity with that Ace of Swords. They're going to gain a better understanding of this situation. That maybe that is going to help them deal with how they're feeling as well. So, Capricorn, that does conclude your reading for the month of May. And I will be back again next week for your weekly readings. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much for liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel. Take care and have a great month. Bye.